You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
After an absolute slugfest last week at Michigan, we now come to the picturesque Finger Lakes of central New York and my home track, Watkins Glen, for the next round of the iSNF Sunday Night Fever Cup Series. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Trapasco up in the booth with you this one. We're doing things a little bit differently tonight, as my normal broadcast partner, Jason Sawford, is actually going to be an in-car reporter for us this evening. Jason, are you ready for that?
I think I'm just about ready for that. I mean...
Kinda, sorta?
Yeah, sure. I thought my times were going to be a bit more competitive than this, I have to say. I think my track conditions were a little bit different. It's quite slippery out here. So prepare for that. At least it's not raining.
Well, we've got 6 countries represented tonight. John Hopling, Curtis Kelly out of Canada, Marcus Hangman, Daniel Solo, Linus Broström, Bjorn Broström, and Alex Eraldson, all coming out of Sweden. Damien Mulvey out of Ireland. Jason, of course, is out of the UK and the British Isles. And the man that actually is the reason why we're having the broadcast here tonight, driver of the Monster Energy Euro NASCAR in real life, Christian Malschreck. And Christian, again, I thank you so much for sponsoring tonight's event to help bring my home track to the masses tonight.
Well, thank you very much. I'm happy that I can help. This is the situation when great people are doing the great thing, and this is a great series that I'm happy that I can be part of.
Well, we're happy to have you as a part of it as well. And, you know, you've had some... Michigan may not have been the best choice to fire off your, you definitely had Murderer's Row facing you for your first couple of races here in the iSNF.
Yeah, and the beginning was not really easy, and the last race was also end up in the wall. So I hope this weekend will be better.
Well, the good news here is there are no walls to hit. It's all Armco. And this is more into your wheelhouse, being as you guys don't normally go to any oval courses, do you?
No, we don't. That's why I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, it's hard to get used to the road course with this car, but it's definitely something more common to me.
It absolutely is. You know, I heard in the Real World press conference about with some of the other international stars in the real world that are at the weekend going on just up the road from me, that this car more closely resembles how you would drive a GT3 car as opposed to what the old Cup cars were.
Yes, definitely. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to try this car in the real world, but this is what they say.
Well, I mean, you haven't had a chance yet, but you know, you're still one of the young guns over there. You know, and I'm sure that, you know, they've already made the announcement that Project 91 is going to continue next season as well, and they're looking for, you know, they're going to run all the road races next season with that team, and probably some select oval track starts. So, you know, just send your resume over to Trackhouse and see if we can't get you over here for the party next year.
It would be a dream that would come true, you know.
Absolutely. Well, sir, we're going to let you get back to practice now. Thank you so much again for sponsoring tonight's event and, you know, allowing us to bring this to the masses. Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
And you were down with, there we go. You were down with Childress, right? No, Trackhouse.
Yes.
Childress?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jason, you know, the real world has Project 91. Tonight, we're doing Project 53.
We are indeed.
And for those of you unfamiliar with that, what I'm talking about is, you know, Jason doesn't normally drive the Cup cars, but we're putting him in the Cup car tonight at Watkins Glen, being as most of his iRacing career has been spent on the road courses, has it not, sir?
It has indeed. Admittedly, in things with a bit more downforce than this. This is an interesting experience, especially on this track where it's so flowing. Like, you really want the downforce here, and unfortunately, you don't have. Actually, it's much better than now the old generation of Cup car, though, because I have tried that around here, and this is honestly so much better.
All right. Well, Jason, we're taking a quick look at the weather conditions. 70-degree ambient air temperature, 75-degree track temperature. Skies are overcast with 94% relative humidity. It's actually raining in the real world right now here. 8-mile-an-hour winds out of the southwest should be giving you guys a decent push. Unfortunately, going into turn 1, which is downhill, so be careful on your qualifying lap there, sir.
Yeah, I will do. I'm just going to head out on couch just to see what I can do in comparison to our normal races, but yeah, it breaks up interesting. I'm just finding it already.
Well, best of luck to you, sir. We're going to let you get to qualifying here as we are following along with the man that is sponsoring tonight's race. That is Christian Melcharek in the Richard Childress Racing number 33 Chevy Camaro by Bennett tonight. And you can see just how aggressive he's going through that bus stop. That's pretty much what we're going to be looking for all night long with these guys, through the carousel, kind of tiptoeing it on his outlap, just trying to get the tires up to temperature right now, which is going to be very difficult with the weather being as cool as it is here in Watkins Glen. And into the penultimate corner, the only true left-hander on the circuit. Melcharek coming out of turn number 7 right now to take the green flag. Good head of steam for the 33 as he climbs under the flag stand and starts his first flyer. We've also got Charles Robertson, Jalen Battle, Alex Weigert, Adam Duff all out on track. Jason Salford starting his outlap right now. Isaac Wilson, Tristan Rivers, Tommy Stanley, Dave Holmberg, Brian Treadwell, Brian Chu, Damian Mulvey. A lot of drivers already taking time. You're going to see the qualifying tower on the left of your screen, and you'll see the sectors at the bottom. Purple means it's a personal best sector. Green means it's a personal best sector. Purple means it's the fastest of the session so far. Now, Sherrick taking a little bit more curb there than we normally see a lot of people taking. Not sure if that's going to negate the lap, though, or not, as he runs very wide coming through the carousel. Shades of Kimi Räikkönen on his practice laps yesterday, and as he was in Group B, went 10th quick. So we're about to see what the 33 is going to do. First time across the line for him, as we do have some time starting to come in. Colin Forster jumps up to the top with a 113. Tommy Stanley goes 112. Adam Duff 111.71 to sit provisional pole. Melcharek goes 112.21, currently sitting second quick on the board. And just as I say that, Alex Eraldson in the 50, the Pit Viper Chevy Camaro, just blisters one at 111.39 for the Swede. As my broadcast partner Jason Salford, there he is in the Project 53 Ford Mustang tonight. Goes 7th quick. Marcus Hagman jumping up to 4th quick in that Bass Tracker number 3 for Childress. Damian Mulvey currently sitting 13th quick. There you see him back with the series after taking last week off. There is the Canadian John Hopley. And Stanley Tools has already got a couple of victories here. Can Hopley climb through the field today? We're going to find out. Here's Alex Weigert. Negated his first lap, taking a little too much curbing there. So second lap and quickest lap in practice belonged to this man in the 91. That is A.J. Green, your current points leader coming into tonight. Green going to come across. Did not get to lay a time in his first lap. Second lap. Going to slide him in 14th. as Curtis Kelly just blistered one. First, we've got 3 drivers sub 1 minute 11 seconds. Curtis Kelly, Alex Eraldson, and Adam Duff. Curtis Kelly sitting atop that pile, though, with a 110.87. I can speak. I promise I can, folks. Eraldson 110.90. And Colin Forrester in the 1. Good grief, Colin. Leaves him on the table for the rest of the kids as he goes a full 0.3 quicker as Duff now jumps up to second right on his heels. So Forrester and the 2 Canadians, 1, 2, 3. As we're still waiting for Linus Brostrom to finish his second flyer. Let's see what his time is going to. 17th quick. Not the lap Linus was hoping for. Derek Cook in the 17. Coming down the back chute here, leading into the penultimate corner. Solid lap so far for Sear. This is his out lap, though. I'm sorry, I mean Cook. Why did I say Sear? I apologize. First lap for Cook. Negated for off track. It's Chad Thornquist laying one down right now. Jumps up to second quick. Purple in the final 2 sectors. Coming up through the S's right now. And that's not right. What of a feeling I'm showing Chad in the wrong car.
There was actually talk in game that Chad may have joined in the wrong car accidentally.
Yeah, he's normally in a Toyota, but he's running a Chevy tonight.
Yeah,
and he's got the 48 on the car.
Yes.
That's not going to get confusing at all.
So I'm not sure what Rhea might do about that. Normally that's EOL or DQ or something if you're running the wrong car and paint scheme, but I guess we'll see.
Well, here we go. He's purple in the second sector. Third sector, top of the pile.
Ooh.
That's going to be a rough decision for league management. So, Jason, now that you're back with us, we're going to kind of recap the points for tonight. Coming into this event, you see AJ Green and Curtis Kelly still both sitting at the top of the pile. Colin Forrester, Brian Chu, and James Bowles rounding out your top 5. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Jalen Battle, always, in the thick of it. Brian Treadwell currently sitting in 8th in the real number 48, not the imposter 48 tonight. Jason Ricketts, Derek Cook running out your top 10. Defending series champion Marcus Hagman mired back in 11th right now as the rookie Adam Duff currently sits in 12th. Skylar Carnes, Steven Sear, and Mike Iskandar rounding out your top 15. And still a lot of racing left to do, especially since they've changed the points to the way they were last season, where you're now getting points for clean race, you're getting a point for fastest lap, you're getting a lap for lap led, most laps led. So definitely, a change in things here tonight. Is here we're watching Johnny Castle now as he is out on track. See the Loves 34 kind of tiptoeing through the bus stop there. Couple of guys still out on track, just trying to get a better feel for the car track combination. So there is Castle. Here comes Sear. This is Steven Sear, who negated his first lap. Let's see what the second lap looks like for Sear. And across the line, 33rd quick. as I'm seeing quite a few haulers in the infield tonight, Jason. I dare say we have a full field waiting, as we're high
Yeah, I
above
believe you do.
Watkins Glen in the Goodyear blimp.
As I am now, Pango. I qualified 10th.
Good on you, sir.
Interesting. I'm going to ask if I can take an EOL and then
Fair enough, sir.
we'll continue with the race.
Fair enough, sir.
Because I don't want to cause any deaths, but at the same time, I think this would be a fun one, and
All right.
you can feel free to bring me up for an in-race interview at any time.
All right,
Really.
then. Best of luck to you, Jason. We're going to move you down into a different booth so I don't distract you. Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
As we are just waiting on the grid to happen here. Currently sitting on pole is Chad Thornquist with a 120.016. That's just mind-boggling, especially with the conditions that we have here tonight at Watkins Glen. Colin Forrester for Upfront Motorsports going to start to his outside, a full half second off the pace that Thornquist laid down. Adam Duff, Marcus Hagman rolling off in row number 2. Row 3 is going to see Alex Weigert and Curtis Kelly. Peyton Hubbard and Alex Eraldson making up row number 4. Row 5, Dan Solo and Jason Sawford, Linus Brostrom and Tommy Stanley in row number 6. Row number 7 is going to go to AJ Green and Curtis Kelly. Isaac Wilson, Christian Melschreck making up row number 8. Thank you again, Christian, for sponsoring tonight's event, which just so happens to be the garbage plate at the Glen. Those of you wondering what a garbage plate is, we'll go over that before the race is over. Charles Robertson, Jalen Battle rolling off in row number 9. Row 10, David Miller and Jeff Weimer. Jonas Skoglund and Chase Harden making up row number 11. With the row 12 going to James Bowles and Tristan Rivers. Row number 13, Damien Mulvey and Bjorn Brostrom. Zach Phillips and Joey Maines rolling off in row number 14, with row 15 going to Derek Cook and John Hopley. Mark Hanner and Mike Iskandar making up row number 16. Row 17 gives us Steven Sear and Brian Chu. Dave Holmberg and Lance Hill in row number 18. Row 19. Dave Holmberg in row 19 is going to see Johnny Castle and Rhea Ferris. Casey Tomlinson and Brian Treadwell making up row number 20. Excuse me. Row number 21, Emily Urias and Eric Davis. Row number 22, Jason Ricketts and J.B. Banner, with Chris Vanderschmidt, Van Maastricht starting off shotgun on the field. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing 45 starters here for the garbage plate at the Glen. Now, for those of you wondering what a garbage plate is, it is a Central New York tradition. And if you've ever had a garbage plate, let us know your favorite place to get one from, because there are many places in central and western New York that have a garbage plate. Who has your favorite? And at the end of the broadcast, I'll tell you where I get mine from that I enjoy. So just waiting for the final couple of stragglers here as the pace car is starting to roll it. There you see Colin Forrester, your pole sitter, and they are starting on the back chute. And it's the field working its way through the only true left-hand corner turn on the track. Pace car getting ready to duck on off. The only thing that's left for me to say is it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab a garbage plate because it's time to get it on at the Glen. Race fans, it's show time! Green flag comes out. Forrester drops the hammer, and we are underway here for the garbage plate at the Glen, as that's Thornquist trying to get the getaway now from the outer lane. There's Thornquist, the Ocala, Florida native, currently showing the way as we've got trouble back in. Oi! How is that not a caution? Here we are with the chopper chasing them down into turn number 1. And get ready for all hell to about to break loose, folks. A lot of guys tiptoeing, a lot of guys crashing. And that is a pile up in the bus stop. Or in the S's. Oh my goodness. It's easier to tell you who didn't get involved in that one. Somehow we stay green, though. There is your race leader, Chad Thornquist, as we are going to go back live now. Thornquist already opening up a 2-second lead over Colin Forrester. Battle going on right now between Jonas Skoglund and Lance Hill as they go side by side. Give it to Hill so far. Skoglund wisely letting him go as Hill had the line. As Milsherek able to duck and dodge out of that one. He's working around Brian Chu right now. Milsherek into the top 15. And pit road is a parking lot right now as we have a ton of drivers on pit road currently. Joey Maines, Derek Cook, Adam Duff, Curtis Kelly, David Miller, Johnny Castle, and Tristan Rivers all not on track right now. As Jalen Battle and Zach Phillips both bringing those cars pit side. AJ Green goes pit side. As we're following along with the Slovakian native, Christian Malsherek, again running 14th currently, already made up a handful of spots. But the biggest two movers are right behind him in the form of Mike Iskandar in the 99 and the 18 of Brian Chu. Iskandar up 17, Chu plus 18, and then you've got your absolute biggest mover, who is that man Lance Hill out of Winchester, Tennessee, showing that he knows how to turn right as well as left. And just like that, Thornquist, first one in the race to go sub 1 minute 11 as, wow. That is a lap, and he's already caught up to the tail end of the field. Now, granted, those are heavily damaged cars from that turn 2 pileup. But still, Thornquist making pretty quick work of the lappers. Checking with the 9 of JB Banner. There he is, slugging it out with the 4 of Emily Urias right in front of him. Checking in with John Hopley, the Canadian, coming down the back chute right now. He's slugging it out with the 2 of James Bowles. And that is the 99 of Iskandar right in front of them. They both watch the track limits, boys. It's Hopley plus 13 right now. And there is James Bowles out of Richmond, Virginia. 6th place in points currently, or 5th place in points currently, sorry. Currently running in 16th on track. And we've got a lot of separation, as you do on a road course. One of your closest battles is between JB Banner and Chase Harden right now. So there you see Banner in the 9, Harden in the 36. We've got one around. Oh, please tell me that wasn't who I thought it was. Yes, it was. That was the boss lady. As we were watching from the chopper here. Take a look at what did happen. Here she is coming into the penultimate corner. Just a little bit of axle hop, which is not normal. Everybody doing a great job trying to avoid her so far. Gets that car pointed back in the right direction, and the Worth 12 is back underway. So we'll back towards the front of this piece. or not. That is Chase Harden, who's already gotten around Banner. Now setting his sights on the 21 of Davis. As Mark Hanna and Holmberg going after each other. Hanna just throwing it up the inside, making it stick. And here comes the 53. That is Jason Salford. As Dave Holmberg was off pace, may have missed the shift there, coming down the front chute. And contact in turn one, Salford's around. A little bit of brake lock up for Holmberg in the 77. Salford gets it pointed in the right direction again. Steven Sear just flashed by in the Hendrick Cars number 5. So that is your battle for 24th, 25th, and 26th going after each other right now. There is the Surrey, England native, my normal broadcast partner, Jason Salford. As he's going to be our on-track reporter tonight. And if he gets a chance, we're going to try to talk to him during the race. Meanwhile, 15th, Mike Iskandar in 16th, and John Hopley in the 19, currently sitting in 17th position, going after each other. Hesperia, California native, Mike Iskandar driving the GoPro Chevy Camaro, and that is Hopley Stanley Toyota right on him. And don't look now, but here comes the 55 of Tommy Stanley. Stanley working around the Stanley Tools Camry of Hopley. And now is going to get a run down the back chute here, leading into the inner circle or the bus stop, whichever you want to refer to it as. The inner loop, as some people refer to it. Battle for 8th and 9th right there. As Jeff Weimer has it, Alex Elson wants it back. Throwing the Pit Viper Camaro down to the inside of the Go Bowling Ford. Brake rotors, brake lockup. That's a slugfest right behind him between Lance Hill and Charles Robertson, as well as they are side by side up through the S's. Working lap 7 of 49 here tonight. Couple quick facts. No full course cautions, 21 incident count, 65% fuel fill, and 2 extra sets of tires to get it done. Again, 6 countries represented here tonight. John Hopley and Curtis Kelly representing Canada. Marcus Hagman and Dan Solo. Linus Broström, Bjorn Broström, and Alex Eroldsson all out of Sweden. Christian Melcherick out of Slovakia. Damian Mulvey representing the Irish Isles. And Jason Salford out of England. The rest of the field being represented by the United States being represented by the rest of the field. Bjorn Broström subbing for Sky McGurk in the 31. Austin Cook is in the 47 for Skylar Carnes. Dan Solo is in the 22 for Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Tristan Rivers in the 78 for Bob Wyckoff. Chris Curtis in the 62 for Colin Zimmer. Alex Eroldsson in the 50 for Jake Banner. And Mark Hanna in the 15 yet again this week for Chad Waller. As we are going to look back here, that is Robertson and Weimer going after each other. Weimer in the Gold Bowling 10 Ford Mustang, trying to get by that Stewart Haas 14 of Charles Robertson. Lancaster, Pennsylvania native, representing here in the Finger Lakes region. Damian Mulvey trying to make some headway right now, currently sitting +7. Mike Iskandar +15, and that is the 62 of Chris Curtis. I can English today, I promise folks I can. And that is your battle for 7th through 19th. One of your closest battles on track as Mulvey throws it to the inside on the carousel. Curtis looking to follow him by Iskandar, as Hopley starting to reel Iskandar in as well. Throw a blanket over these 4. Again, your closest battle on track right now. As the 2 gets a little bit sideways, it was James Bowles getting passed up by Tommy Stanley. Stanley currently didn't get the restart that he was looking for. As that is Brian Treadwell in front of him that had a little bit of block up. Oh, hey, hang on to her. Treadwell currently sitting one lap down. As we got a battle forming in the top 10, or just outside the top 10. It says Marcus Hagman and Jeff Weimer going after each other. Hagman was a little bit cautious at the initial start, dropped 7 spots so far, and is trying to claw his way back through the field. As your biggest mover right now is that man in the 23. That is Lance Hill, as he's got Alex Eraldson right in front of him. And if you're playing the bingo game for the nationalities, Chad Thornquist, the American, leading the way. There is second place, Dan Solo out of Sweden. Alex Weigert, also out of Sweden, sitting second and third. Did I just... No, I didn't. Okay. Peyton Hubbard, the American, sitting in fourth. Colin Forrester in fifth for the United States. Linus Brostrom and Alex Eraldson right there. That is sixth and seventh. Lance Hill, the American, in eighth. Charles Robertson and Isaac Wilson rounding out your top 10 right now. So we're going to check back here with Mark Hanna and Jason Sawford going after each other right now. Little Mustang on Mustang action as they've got Brian Chu in front of them. There is Hanna out of Newport, Tennessee. Sawford, the Egham, Surrey, England native. And I know there's territories over in England. I don't know how they're split up, so I do apologize if I sound ignorant on that tonight. Right now, Hagman and Wilson going after each other. Getting it sorted out before they get to the bus stop. There's the 14 of Robertson as Hagman has closed the gap on him. Robertson currently sitting +8. He's coming out of the carousel. You can see just how much speed some of these guys are trying to carry. So far, it looks like we've only got a couple people that have put it on the hauler so far. Johnny Castle, Tristan Rivers, and Casey Tomlinson have all decided to call it a night, as has Jalen Battle and Adam Duff. Curtis Kelly and Zach Phillips have both been in the pits for the last 13 minutes. David Miller, Joey Maines, Derek Cook, and AJ Green, your points leader coming into tonight, all deciding to get those cars fixed. So AJ Green currently the last car still running back in 38th. And there is Green, Clemens, North Carolina native. As Chad Holmberg brings it pit side, Chad Arden and Dave Holmberg bring him pit side. And what just happened to Alex Eraldson? Let's go find out. There is Eraldson there. In the 50 on the inside. And with the sequential shifters on these cars, oh no. Oh yes, he had help. Saves it, keeps it off the tire barriers. Nice job, sir. And then tangles with, tangles with defending series champion Marcus Hagman onto the final corner as Hagman had the momentum, and unfortunately, Eraldson just didn't realize he was there. Wasn't anything malice to that. It was just hard racing that went sideways. As the two Swedes going after each other now, working their way around the very wounded 48. That's Dan Solo in the double deuce. Alex Weigert subbing in the 43 tonight. There is Solo. Weigert running for Petty. And just like that, Christian Malcherik in the 33. You can see those brake rotors just glowing red hot as the 10 of Weimer takes a base of action not to get into the 33. Malcherik +6, currently sitting in 10th. And he's working on the backside of Isaac Wilson right now. This is one of your closest battles on track. Matter of fact, it is the closest battle on track right now. Slugfest currently going on for 9th. Down the back chute they come and into the inner loop. And something just happened to Joey Maines. Let's go back and take a look at what happened here. There you see Maines. This is coming down the front chute, which it's deceptively, it's a downhill. Dives it to the inside of the 17, blows the corner, and bonks the tires, ripping the left front suspension completely off the 8. And while we were watching that, something happened to the 12. See the 17 getting a run, coming up through the S's, down the back chute, leading into the inner loop. Keep your eye on the 12. She's offline, trying to run a defensive line. She's got... Oh! There you see this Rhea offline just a little bit. And Tom, the 19 just, that's a rough one. That's definitely going to hamper the arrow on the 12. John Hopley just blasted her. You can see some of the damage on the front of Hopley's car. You see that little bit of an air gap in the left or right front fender. That's something Hopley's going to have to deal with for the remainder here, as Christian Malcherik working the backside of Charles Robertson right now. Robertson +9, Malcherik +7, as that is your battle for 8th. Robertson has it. Malcherik wants it. There's Weigert and Solo. Weigert has gotten around Solo. Solo has run wide through 1. And something just happened to John Hopley. There you see the Stanley Tools number 19 of Hopley. Here he is coming down the back chute. You see a ton of front end damage on that Camry. And sparks flying from underneath it as he goes into the inner loop. And just boom. Oy. Well, that's no bueno. And you can see that left front tire wheel is not attached. So we're going to go back live. As there's Tommy Stanley going after Isaac Wilson. Battle for 11th, hot and heavy. As here goes Robertson and Melcherick working around the very wounded number 66 of Zach Phillips. Melcherick out of Bratislav, Slovakia, trying to make something happen right now on the 14. As the 38 having issues. And I dare say that Jason Ricketts' car is damaged. And we're going to go take a look at that right now. As doesn't seem to be... Well, he's got rear end damage. But Bjorn Brostrom right now working on the 15 of Hannah. Right in front of him, Mike Iskandar as well, as here comes... That is a lap car. Okay. We've got some takers going on pit side. Tommy Stanley in the 55. Damian Mulvey in the 51. Both coming down for some fresh shoes. Linus Brostrom in the pits. Driving a Chevy this season. It's going to drop him down. As Chad Thirdquist has given the lead back, or given the lead away, as he came down on lap 17 for Ford Fuel. I dare say this is going to be about a two-stop race here tonight. As there is your new race leader, Alex Weigart, out of Sweden, coming down into the penultimate corner. Into Gambon. Sorry, wrong show. So again, tonight's trivia question, if you've ever had a garbage plate, where from, what is your favorite restaurant to get one at? And for those of you wondering what a garbage plate is, let me see if I can explain it to you. You start with a bed of home fried potatoes, usually cubed, seasoned, chopped up, and fried in a skillet. Then you add a scoop of beans, a scoop to a scoop and a half, maybe 2 scoops if you're feeling frisky, of macaroni salad. And then you choose your protein, hamburger, cheeseburger, hot dog, coney, kielbasa, fish, what be you. And then on top of that, you add something that's called Texas hot sauce, which is generally, it's basically a beanless chili sauce. And then top it with some white onions and your condiments, and you're good to go. I know where I like to get mine from. We'll talk about that after the race. So Alex Weigart currently showing the way as Dan Solo is brought it pit side. Weigart's coming through the S's right now. Chad Thornquist just reset fast lap of the race with a 1:10.09. That's insane for as wet as this track is. Right now we're watching the battle for 8th as Eraldson has it. Malsharek came down 2 laps ago to get some fresh shoes put on that car. And we are going to go back and take a look at what just happened to John Hopley. Here's Hopley coming up through the S's, down the back chute leading to the inner loop. And it's like a replay of the last time he hit. Ouch. And that car is definitely wounded now as Weigert going to pit from the lead. That's going to promote Thornquist back to the point. So the only two holdouts right now, Jason Sawford and Charles Robertson, are the only two that have not come pit side yet. Chad Thornquist currently sitting to the good by quite a margin. Almost half a second to the good. And yes, that is the tail end of the field right in front of him. Oi! That was sketch. Dave Holmberg almost collected the race leader. Jonas Skoglund has just fallen to your race leader. Thornquist is still setting a hell of a pace. His last two laps were both sub 1 minute 11 seconds. Compare that with the rest of the field. The only other person close to him, two people close to him, are Alex Eraldson and Christian Malchurek, as they're the only other two drivers. And just as I say that, Peyton Hubbard just cranked off one. So only 4 drivers tonight have gone sub 1 minute and 11 in the race anyways. It's Bjorn Brostrom and Mike Iskandar going after each other. Oy. And that was our leader flashing through. Iskandar took a little too much curbing, had to do a slowdown. And what just happened to Brian Treadwell? Here's Treadwell coming down the chute to the penultimate corner. There you see him in the actual Ally number 48. Mulvey throws it up the middle. Oh! And collects Mulvey. Mulvey nowhere to go. Let's watch that again. There's Treadwell. They're coming into the penultimate corner. He has problems on corner exit. Watch this. Just too much gas, and around she goes. Mulvey nowhere to go as Treadwell spins in front of him, and Treadwell tags the Armco on the exit of the final corner. As we go back live, Eric Davis and JB Banner starting to heat one up right now. This is your battle for 20th. Oh no. I did hear somebody. What just happened to Damian Mulvey? You can see all the right front damage on the 51 of Mulvey. Almost identical to what just happened. Now throws it into the penultimate corner and gets tagged by the 91. And backs it into the Armco. Back live as Tommy Stanley works around Brian Chu. Something happened with the 18 of Chu as he's been off pace for a little bit now. That is Salo and Weigert starting to... No, it's not. There's Stanley in the 55 working on the 6 of Isaac Wilson. That is your battle for 8th and 9th. And currently one of your biggest movers is that man out of Bratislav, Slovakia, driving for the Childress, number 33, Bennett Automation Ford Chevy Camaro. Yeah, I can speak tonight, folks. Really, my mind's working, I promise. I just have to dig it out of my backside. But currently sitting in 6th. And, you compare that to the pace that our leader currently is setting. They're 6th. Chad Thornquist is another minute 1 up the road. That is Eraldson right in front of Malsharek. Mulvey up there as well, though Mulvey now sitting a lap down. So with pit stops done and dusted, we are going to step away, pay a couple bills, and we'll be back right after this.
Drivers that took time, all of
And apparently I was just jabbering my jaws and nobody heard me. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Helps if I pot up the sound. As we're watching what happened to Eric Davis is just a little chrome horn action going through the inner loop. And then Mike Iskandar gets run over from behind. You are watching the garbage plate at the Glen, part of the Sunday Night Fever Cup Series for the iSNF. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you for this one. And again, I do apologize for the no audio there for a little bit. As we're waiting for the final money stop to happen. We were expecting about a 2-stop race here tonight, and it looks like that's what we're going to get. Let's go take a look at what happened to Mark Hanna here. As looks like problems coming off of pit road for the United Rentals 15 of Hanna. Oh yeah, no, just dropped the hammer a little too hard. Derek Cook issues. There is Cook in the 17 coming down, leading to the penultimate corner. And are we going to see what we've seen a couple times already tonight from other drivers? Yes, we are. A little too aggressive on the fuel pedal. Just shearing the left side suspension off of that car. As we now go back live. And there you see Christian Malshrek currently sitting in 5th. Has finally worked his way around Alex Eraldson. As those two have been going after each other for most of the night. As Thornquist going to relinquish the lead. Now the good news is Alex Weigert still has to come down for his money stop as we're now 14 to go. Thornquist, this is going to be his money stop. Dan Solo still has to come down for his. And with the pit delta being right around 45 seconds, Dan Solo is on the outside looking in, as Thornquist should be able to get out of pit road, down and serviced for Mr. Feelgoods in a fresh tank of Go Fast before Solo can get to him. As Weigert just flashed by, there he is in the Petty GMS Food City Tide number 43. And there you see it. There is Solo right there. As Peyton Hubbard pits from 4th in the 20. And there's Malshrek sitting in the top 5 right now. As Weigert is going to lose some spots here. And the fact that you're... Thornquist has just been setting a blistering pace here tonight. You could see him in the background. There's only a couple of lap cars that separate him. Matter of fact, there is Thornquist. And you could see Thornquist looking to the inside of those lap cars. Here he comes. And that is the 9 of JB Banner. As he now flashes by and brings Banner with him. Somebody went wide during turn 1. There is Giannis Skoglund as he's going after Peyton Hubbard right now. Should I say Hubbard's going after him? Now, Hubbard has come down for his money stop as we are 13 to go here. There is Hubbard on the fresher shoes. Jeff Weimer going to pit in the 10. Tommy Stanley also in. of your current top three, only Thornquist has come down for the money stop. First flying lap after the pit stop, 1:11.11 for Thornquist. He's just been setting a pace here tonight. His fastest lap is 0.6 faster than anyone else has managed to do all session long. And joining me now is going to be a man who's been in the pit for a little bit. Jason Sawford, what happened?
Okay. Well, first of all, Jeff Weimer spun out pits.
We're going back to looking at that right now.
Yeah, let me know when you've looked at that one.
Well, we're looking at it right now as he's rolling down pit road. Got to maintain the speed limit. Gets to the cone and dumps the hammer and does exactly... Well, he made it a little further down pit exit than Hannah did, but almost identical to what we saw Hannah do earlier. But what happened with you, sir?
So basically I got involved in lap 1.
Oh.
That's pretty much it. I was actually last for a brief moment.
Okay, then. Well,
And
I mean,
then,
you still had a valiant try as you got into the top 15 for a while there.
Yeah. I'm back up on road to serve whatever this is. Stop and go. Okay.
Well, Jason, we'll let you get back to it. Best of luck to you finishing this piece out.
Thank you very much.
And there you heard it. Difficulties right now for my normal broadcast partners. Here we go. It's money stop time, folks. As Malshrick and Skoglund. Skoglund just coming into pit now. Malshrick already down and away. Looks like 2 in fuel for him. As there's only 2 cars out on track right now that have gone in the last lap, went sub 1 minute 11. That is, of course, Chad Thornquist and Alex Weigert. 1:10.65 for Weigert, 1:10.21 for Thornquist, who's been far and away one of the fastest cars here tonight at the Glen. Currently sitting at 10 laps to go, and you can see Weigert right in front of Thornquist there as they come out of the carousel. There's Weigert, your race leader. There's Thornquist currently sitting in second with a ton of lap cars behind him. And Weigert, I don't know if Weigert can make it from here. He was last down on lap 21. We're currently working lap 39, and it'll be 9 to go this time. You can see those front brake rotors just glowing red hot. You know what? We're going to go on board for a lap here with Thornquist. There he is coming up through the S's as he makes his pass for the lead. We were on board when it happened. You can hear the under tray of that car just clattering when he comes over those curbs. Really pushing the issue now as he's trying to get away from Weigert, who currently sits in second. And Weigert might be coming in this time. Yes, he is. So that answers the question we were asking. Downhill into turn number 1. Track banking helping a little bit to get the car turned. And I remember last year when we were here, last season, you came across those curbs on the exit of 1, and you were pretty much done for. Whereas the independent... Oh, that's not going to help things. Just pushing it a little too hard up through the S's, and he caught some Armco. As Thornquist currently showing the way. Chad Thornquist, Alex Weigart, Dan Solo, Charles Robertson, Peyton Hubbard, your top 5, with only Robertson having to yet come down for his money stop. Only 5 cars on the lead lap right now. As Christian Malshrek right back there currently sits in 6th. Unfortunately, 1 lap down to your leader. Up through the S's he comes. And in case you're wondering what battles are going on, there aren't. And in case you're wondering where Jalen Battles is, unfortunately, he put it on the hauler after getting just annihilated on lap 1. He got used as a pinata coming up through the S's back in lap 1. And right now, Thornquist is now 32 seconds to the good as Robertson has to peel off to go pit side. That's going to promote Weigert into 2nd, Solo into 3rd. There is Hubbard, who is your last car being scored now on the lead lap. And there is Christian Malshrek, currently sitting in 5th, 8 seconds behind Hubbard, but 8 seconds to the good over Alex Eraldson. And, we've seen Malshrek and Eraldson go after each other all race long. Finally, Eraldson able to kind of carve out a little bit of time. As Robertson finally brings it pit side. There is your race leader. 6 laps to go. It'll be 5 to go as he comes through the final corner on this track. Down the front chute, the Ocala, Florida native has led basically from pillar to post here tonight, except for the pit stop cycle. Thornquist has had the car to beat all night. And so there you see him taking a ton of curbs. Slight lock up there. And that is 4th place in front of him. Let me say it again. 4th place right in front of your leader. That's the type of pace that Thornquist has set here tonight. In another lap or 2, there's only going to be your podium on the lead lap. That is simply mind-boggling to me. As we can see, defending series champion Marcus Hagman running it wide out of the carousel. And just like that, we only got 3 cars on the lead lap as Hubbard now falls to the race leader. Down the front straightaway they come. That is a lap car, Charles Robertson. Last car being scored in the top 10. 2 laps down. Yeah, that's the type of pace that we're seeing here tonight. 4 laps to go. Thornquist just has to keep that car pointed in a semi-correct direction for 3.5 more laps. as Weigert is 35 seconds behind, and Dan Solo is another 9 seconds adrift of him. This has just been one for the books, folks, as Thornquist showing that he spent the time learning this car this week here at this track. That's not saying a lot of other guys don't put in time, but Thornquist has found something that virtually no one else has been able to find here tonight, as he's not only the only one in qualifying to go sub 110, he's done it lap after lap after lap, and he has gone half a second quicker than anyone else has gone since the start of the practice session before this race. Let that sink in, folks. 1:10.09 is the fast lap of the race set by that man, Chad Thornquist, as we are now 2.5 laps to go. Through the inner loop he goes and into the carousel with a good head of steam, as Marcus Hagman and the 6 of Isaac Wilson right in front of him. See both those guys running a little bit loose. Wilson doing a little lawnscaping at the exit of the boot. And before I forget to do so, you're going to want to hit the Twitter handle that we have here at Sim Racing Media. I'm going to put that in the live chat in a moment. There is our Twitter handle in the live chat. That's at Sim Racing Media 1. If you're into chirping, tweet, whatever they call that thing. I'm not on the Twitters, so I don't know. I just do this. As it took me all race to remember to do it, but here we go. Coming out of the final corner, white flag in the air for your race leader, Chad Thornquist. Now 38 seconds to the good. Marcus Hagman runs it wide in turn 1, gives the leader plenty of room. Chad Thornquist, normally for Joe Gibbs Racing, they rented a car from Hendrick today. As unfortunately Thornquist, trying to figure this track out in practice, wadded both their primary and their backup car. And Hendrick Motorsports, the only team that would loan them a car, or rent them a car, I should say, for this race, is out of the carousel for the final time, just letting it eat. Dominating performance for the driver of the Joe Gibbs, number 11. Out of the final corner for the final time. Your winner for the garbage plate at the Glen, Chad Thornquist. As Marcus Hagman behind him, being relegated in 13th. Here's Alex Weigert coming through the carousel for the final time himself. And no, you're not seeing things, folks. He's 37 seconds behind now. And Dan Solo is another 11 seconds behind him. So only 3 cars to finish on the lead lap. They just so happen to be your podium. Here's Weigert out of the final corner across the stripe to take the checkered flag in second. And there is Solo almost the distance of the front straightaway behind, who rounds out your podium. And just like that, all three of your podium decided it'd be just a good idea to go sub 1 minute 11 on their final lap.
I'm back to do my job.
Yay and stuff. As I just need to find, there he is. Doing his victory lane burnouts. We are actually going to reach out to the driver. And Chad, I'm hoping you can explain this better than I can. After wadding the primary car and the backup car in practice, going to Hendrick Motorsports to rent the backup Ally number 48 tonight. Congratulations. What was it like out there tonight? How did you do this?
Put in work, put in practice, had a lot of experience. Made sure not to leave anything out there that I would regret. It was way better than what I was expecting. Holy wow.
Well, you set fast lap of the night going 1 minute 10.09 seconds. Almost going sub 1 minute 10 when the closest anyone else came was Alex Weigert on the final lap going 1 minute 10.2. Before that lap by Weigert, you were half a second to the clear of anyone else's fast lap, Chad.
Guess I know tricks around this place.
And you seem to have found them in this car, but, Chad, were you expecting the pace to be what it was once you got in the clear?
No, nowhere near that. I did not expect the pace to be as good as it was. By lap 1 having a 2-second gap, I expected it to be about half a second. I had no idea. And then the lap traffic, for me it was like just parting the Red Seas. I have no idea how it was so easy, but wow.
Well, part of that lap traffic was due to the lap 1 incident that happened at the bottom of the S's that took out, I dare say, Jason, you could probably back me up on this one. There's probably a good 13, 14 cars involved in that one.
I'd go a bit higher, honestly. I was
about half the
10th.
field.
I think everyone 10th and back was involved in at least some way. I know we were stopped there for a good minute.
And it took a while to get everybody sorted out. But Chad, again, congratulations on winning here at the Garbage Plate at the Glen. Jason, help me out now. Where are we next week? I can never remember this.
If he can't help you out, I can't either.
My brain is mush. Hang on. Daytona.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Remember that one.
So
Daytona?
Yeah, we're going into Daytona next week on the oval.
Not the 500.
No. It's not the 500. We already did that.
We're already going back to Daytona?
We're already going back to Daytona, sir.
This is race 5.
Yeah, and we're already going back to Daytona as race 6. What are your thoughts? Okay. That starts to answer the question I was about to ask you. What are your thoughts going into the plate track next week?
I'm gonna finish 35th with a wrecked race car.
Yeah, but you already got a win on the season.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm gonna finish 35th with a wrecked race car. Gotta be up front until someone turns me.
Well, there you go then.
And I know someone's gonna turn me.
Well, again, Chad, congratulations. Who do you need to thank before we turn you loose?
Rhea for putting on the series, all the drivers for being fairly clean around me, and JGR boys, they were all pretty good today. Brian wasn't really the best, but not everyone can have a great day. But yeah, I think we got a really good points haul, so gonna use that. Thanks to the Hendrick guys for letting me rent out the car.
Yeah, definitely.
Destroying 2 of them.
Yeah, so good on you there, sir. We will see you next week at Daytona. Go celebrate with your team, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And Jason, I believe you've got the man that gave him as much pressure as anybody could all night long with you right now, Alex Weigert with you.
Yeah, Alex, congratulations on the second place. Hopefully I didn't hold you up too much.
Nah,
What were your thoughts?
thank you so much for the congratulations. I'm really stoked for this. I've never been a road course guy with the NASCAR, so this was the first time trying. Like, I have not done any single laps with this car on a road course before, so I'm really happy.
Well, it was amazing pace. I mean, you came flying by me, and well, yeah. Could you give my apologies to the 22 as well? I think I got into him at turn one a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I just saw I tried to pass him on the right side there, and I think something happened just to the left of me or something. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't really react.
Really slow.
Yeah, I didn't really react to it. I just wanted to pass and try and go as further away. So yeah.
But looking forward, we return to Daytona actually for 80 laps, I believe, of the super speedway. So, what are your thoughts going into next week?
I love super speedways. So when the Daytona 500 was for iSNF, I did like really well. I was like doing P1, P2, P3 almost the whole race. So I really love that kind of racing. So I can't wait. And also on Tuesday is Daytona week, so I'm just gonna go and have some fun there. So it's one of my favorite tracks. So
Yeah, well, glad to hear it. And I'm not going to be there to get in your way, so hopefully you'll do well then as well. And we look forward to speaking to you again next week.
thank you so much.
So, unfortunately, we don't have Dan Solo with us right now, as he unfortunately just decided to take it back to the motorhome lot. So, he is going to go back there, and we are going to now pull up our finishing order, if timing and scoring wants to play nicely with me. And apparently it doesn't. There we go. So we already spoke to Chad Thornquist and Alex Weigert. Thornquist margin of victory, 37.399 seconds.
Yeah.
That's insane. Weigert coming home in second. Dan Solo, the only other car on the lead lap, in third. That's also unheard of, Jason.
It is. I have to say it might be in part to the wreck of the start. I have no idea what happened there, but
it's a safe bet.
I know there were a load of people in it.
Well, let's see if we can. Let's go back and take a look at what did happen there. We'll get back to the rest of it here.
Take a look at my replay as well.
Well, we're gonna take a look at what happened with Derek Cook here, as this is before the green. Nope, that's not where I wanted it.
I will let you know who to look at. Ooh, they were 3 wide in front. It was.
Looks like Brian Chu was sideways.
Take a look at take a look at Curtis Kelly or Marcus Hagman. They got into each other in the exit of 1, and then that got into the 16.
So yeah, the 40, the 3 and the 45 both get into the 1, and then they start nerfing each other. They turn the 16, and this is shades of what happened at the real world Watkins Glen Cup race. Back in 05? No, 08. Where it was a log jam going through the bus stop. Or going through the S's, I mean.
Yeah, my experience was interesting. In the end, I just had to sort of back it up, and I just waited off track until everyone was gone.
So here's the upper shot and we can see Jason's car there, but things pop off in front of him. The 16 gets turned, and then it's just a dog pile coming up through turn 3.
Yeah. It's unfortunately just people running over each other because obviously the guys at the front are going to react the quickest. They're going to see it.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly do not blame the guy behind me for not being able to slow down in time. He ain't going to see it.
As you do. So that's the reason why only your top 3 finished on the lead lap. Part of the reason that led to that. We can't discount Chad Thornquist's pace, as the majority of his laps were sub 1 minute 11 all night long. Weigert and Solo, the only other 2 that were anywhere close to him as far as fast laps. Peyton Hubbard and Christian Malsherek, tonight's sponsor of the race, rounding out your top 5. Alex Eraldson, Tommy Stanley, Chris Curtis, and Charles Robertson, and Isaac Wilson, rounding out your top 10. Where am I? James Bowles, Jeff Weimer, Marcus Hagman, JB Banner, your biggest mover tonight, and Bjorn Brostrom rounding out your top 15. Steven Sear, Eric Davis, and yourself, Jason, rounding out the top 18. 19th and 20th going to Mike Iskandar and Chris Vanderschmidt. Jonas Skoglund, David Miller, Mark Hanna, and Brian Chu, and Zach Phillips rounding out your top 25. Jason?
Yeah, and then in 26th, we got Derek Cook with Dave Holmberg, Joey Manis, Curtis Kelly, and Damian Mulvey rounding out the top 30. Then Brian Treadwell, AJ Green, Jason Ricketts, Lance Hill, and Emily Urias making the top 35. Then in 36, we've got Linus Brostrom with Colin Forrester, 37th. John Hopley, Rhea Ferris, Chase Harden making it the top 40. Then Johnny Castle, Casey Tomlinson, Jalen Battle, Adam Duff, and Tristan Rivers rounding out. And I believe he didn't complete a lap.
Neither Duff nor Rivers completed a full circuit. They got caught up in that lap 1 melee and just parked it. So that is going to do it for us here tonight. Thank you so much for making iSNF Sunday Night Cup Series part of your evening. Be sure to join us at 8:20 as James Riles is going to be in the booth for Sunday Night NASCAR tonight. And we're not going to have to go anywhere, as they're actually, I'm waving at James right now, as they're coming into the booth to start prepping for their pre-race, as they are going to be back here at the Glen. So for Mr. Jason Salford, for Rhea Ferris, the chief cook and bottle washer of the iSNF Cup Series, this is Tony Shapasso. Remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that as you walk down the road of life this week, don't play in traffic, and enjoy your garbage plate from Nick Tahoe Hots in Rochester. Good night, everybody.
Good night.